need to turn your webcam back on.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right. Hello, everybody. All right. Start recording. Be sure that you're in gallery view. Host needs to make sure it's recording, and we're recording. All right. The item that she had added to the agenda was 1A. What process will your team use, excuse me, to go from one person to the next as you all answer some prompts? For example, will the facilitator call on the next person to speak, or will the person who is done speaking call on the next person to go? Or will you go in a certain other order? This will save you time in the long run and avoid so many dead times when everyone is waiting for the next person to go. It will also help several don't start talking at the same time. How would you like to go? Do you want me to call on everybody?
I think going in order would be cool. Or do we all have the same order if we're in gallery view? Like top left, Haven, RA bottom left. I'm in top. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you could just call on us, I guess.
I'm going to call on you.
Yeah.
Okay, introductions. I'm Ari Ecker. I'm filling in for Joey as facilitator because he got stuck in a hurricane. Good luck, Joey. I'm also going to have the joke of the day, so that's coming. Haven.
I'm Haven. I think I was supposed to be the submitter, but I don't think we have anything to submit for this meeting, so...
Got off easy. Daniela.
I'm Daniela, and I'm the challenger this week.
Okay, and James.
Hi, I'm James, and I'm the host.
All right. Okay, joke of the day. All right, so a guy walks into a library and walks up to the librarian, says, "Excuse me, miss, I'd like a burger, some fries, and a shake." The librarian says, "Sir, what are you talking about? This is a library." He says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll have a burger, some fries, and a shake."
That's pretty good.
That's funny, yeah.
All right, icebreakers. If money were no object, where would you live? Why there? Start with James.
I don't know, the Bahamas. It's like would get a brand new house.
Okay. Daniela.
Paris. Cliche answer, but I love it there.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Very cool. Haven.
I've always wanted to live in the Netherlands, so that'd be cool.
All right. I would live in Positano, Italy, on the Amalfi Coast. I went there on my honeymoon, and it was beautiful, and I never wanted to leave. So there you go.
All right, I think it's my answer. Vail, Colorado.
Colorado? Why Colorado?
I love skiing.
Yeah. All right. Team members' preparedness. Each member identifies those readings and videos which they have not yet completed. Haven?
I think I got everything. There was a lot because she put all the little extra stuff in there, so I read that too. I don't know if I just grabbed the wrong textbook or if I read the wrong chapters because I'm taking another class, so I'm sometimes mixing the two. I think I got everything, though.
Yeah, there's a lot. Daniela?
Yeah, same. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I got through everything.
James?
So I mixed up my dude, and I'm going to have to redo my notes and then probably go over this video and take notes on what we talk about. But I need to read everything. Well, read it for the first time. So I did know before, and I did the psychological contract, and the due dates are really messing me up. So
Yeah, she rearranged the due dates late. So I think I read everything. I read chapter, I think it was 3 and 7, and all the links that she provided for this week. So that was good there. Okay. Agenda for Module 2, content discussion. Module 2, overview, instructions for discussion. 2.1. Yeah. Textbook, chapter 2 and 7. All the Jumpstart teams, 3 pillars of team culture, trust, and fostering communication. Those were all the things we needed to read. All right, let's go to number 6. Review Dr. Chanley's feedback from initial meeting. Review and discuss any feedback from Chanley on the team's initial meeting, any changes needed. Again, as with the item above, try not to be too defensive. This feedback, both positive and suggestions for improvement, are not intended to embarrass anyone, but give you helpful advice for the future. So I'll start. I think she gave some great feedback as far as how much detail we gave for the syllabus quiz. I think we gave too much detail, and I followed the same for the notes. I was citing my notes, and I didn't need to do that, which was helpful feedback. It was good. Yeah, I got too in depth, I think, which is nice to know. But I haven't gotten any feedback for the psychological contract yet. I don't know if anybody else has. So that was my my feedback. Daniela?
I think I agree with what you said. I think her feedback kind of eased me a little bit. The notes that we took on the readings and the videos, I wasn't stressed out about them. But as far as like my writing goes, I don't know how that feedback is going to go. But no, yeah, I think she did say that she felt like I wanted to say something. I noticed that, and I was like, so I don't know if that means like I didn't speak up as much, or I don't know, but we'll see.
Okay. James?
I think her feedback was legit. I think I have a tendency to do that too, where I overthink, especially the syllabus. So yeah, I think it's probably good to be concise and take heed of that. But also, yeah, psychological contract we don't have yet. So.
Right. And same, Haven?
Pretty much. I went a little bit more casual on my notes after reading her stuff to kind of, I guess, be more how I would take notes instead of how I thought she wanted us to take notes. So I hope that was kind of what she wanted.
Okay. Number 7, review agenda and make any changes needed. Any changes needed to the agenda that might include additional readings, videos offered by team members, changes as a result of Dr. Chanley's feedback, or modifications due to members' preparedness or absence. Well, obviously, Joey is absent because of the hurricane, so I think what we're going to do is send him this link, and he's going to work it with Dr. Chanley as far as, you know, how that's going to work out. I think she's giving him a pass for this, though, which is nice. I didn't see any other changes that we needed to make. I mean, I think we'll use her feedback well going forward and not being too specific and not getting too bogged down. Does anybody else disagree?
Let's redo it tomorrow. Redo it.
Haven, Daniela?
I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. Number 8, psychological contracts. Each team member should share from their psychological contract completed in Module 1, one of the strengths that they will be bringing to the team and one of the areas that they want to improve during this course. Discuss how the team can use each member's strengths and what can the team do to be helpful in those areas that the members want to improve. So then she added this: if your team is holding Module 2 content meeting before the due date for the psychological contracts, which is not us, the due date was already due, right? I think It was due on Wednesday, so it doesn't apply to us. So let's go through. Let me open up mine. Does somebody have theirs open already?
I have mine.
Yes.
All right, Daniela, you can start.
And she said discuss our personal strengths and weaknesses?
Correct. Pick one strength and one weakness.
So I used my, I guess, how shy I can be as both my strength and my weakness. I used it as a strength because I feel like it allows me to observe better and listen better because I'm not always trying to jump out of the conversation. But I also used it as a weakness because I feel like I'm never, even though I want to be, I'm never the one to be like, oh, I'm going to take the lead, or I'm the facilitator, or I'm the CEO, or any of that, which only holds me back. So I use both my shyness for strength and weakness.
All right, Haven.
Well, I thought it was a strength of staying organized, but this class is definitely giving me the runaround on that one. But I do like how we have a group chat because that's kind of helping me work on that a little bit more. A big weakness, I'm not a very creative person. So like the challenger aspect of it will probably be really, really difficult for me. I'm kind of very by the book. I like to follow rules and be very, specific. So I'm going to try to hopefully get creative a little bit.
Okay, James.
I think my biggest challenge is basically trying to be hard-headed and, say things the way that I believe they should go or whatever. And I think a lot of times in groups, because nobody speaks up, I always end up like being the person that speaks up and overdoes it. And I think it's probably good to sit back and be humble, especially this is a good meeting for that, for training for me, because I didn't really do the reading. So, but my strength is also my biggest weakness, I think, because a lot of times, most people don't speak up, and it's kind of annoying when there needs to be some action, So, yeah, I guess it's a win-lose.
Sure, it's similar for me. My weakness is my difficulty in giving up control of projects and trying to just run everything on my own and not letting my other team members kind of be creative in their own right, and kind of giving that up and letting the team succeed as a whole. I say one of my strengths is the ability to see the big picture and not get bogged down on minute details. So hopefully I can use that to my advantage. All right. Number 9, discussion of the readings and videos. Below are the prompts for Module 2 learning materials for each of the assigned readings and videos. From textbook chapter 2, what are the 2 most important lessons about teams you learned from this reading? Haven.
It stated in there that teams of 13 or more people tend to not get anything done. I fully agree with that, to be honest, from my personal experience. And then also they said something about high-performing teams were not cross-functional. I kind of wanted to ask your all's interpretation of that word because I want to make sure my train of thought was the same. But from what the reading said, it was kind of like each person was really good at their one thing, and because they were really good at their one thing with the few people they had, they were able to kind of accomplish what they wanted. It wasn't like one person doing a lot of different things and like stretching themselves thin. And I wanted to make sure my train of thought on that was right, because if so, then those both were pretty interesting.
I think that was right. Daniela?
So for mine, I wrote that I found it interesting. I guess it kind of makes sense, but retention in a team is what makes it successful. So the longer that you're all working together, the better the flow of your team is going to go. It just mentioned that by then you've learned what each other's skills are, and you've also learned how to talk to each other. And then I found it funny because it said when you're all geographically near, it's more helpful. And I was like, we're all not geographically near each other. And then my number 2 was so virtual teams that meet once a week. That's considered the most effective time frame to me. So with us meeting twice a week, hopefully that makes us more productive.
Sure. Yeah, I had the virtual meetings topic as one of the important lessons as well, stating that virtual team meetings shouldn't meet for the sake of just meeting. It's better to have fewer, more effective meetings. I think I mentioned this in the last meeting, that the team that I work with now, half of the team is in Connecticut, and they like to meet it seems like every day. It's ridiculous. It's too much. So not just meeting for the sake of meeting. And then also the leadership topic, the importance of accountability, as well as the value of a defined structure and the positive impact it can have on a virtual team. I related to that a lot. I thought that, leadership is about accountability. I've had leaders that were not accountable, and it showed. So that was, one of the important messages that I thought was that I took away from that. All right, from the textbook, chapter 7, what was one thing you will incorporate into your meeting facilitation when it comes time for you to be the facilitator? I put making sure all the ideas are heard and treated with respect, even the craziest ones. I also like the idea of treating every idea as from the problem solver perspective. Again, it's kind of like the overall, like my overarching, just a big picture view of how to solve problems. That's a strategy that I use, and that's how I would facilitate as I am. So, Daniela?
So I wrote making sure that everyone has the opportunity to speak. But I guess it kind of works out with our meetings because she does want that to be structured a little bit. I included too facilitators speaking last, so they're not influenced by the facilitator's statements. I'm not sure if that really applies like in our team, but when I'm like the leader of something, I do think that that's important to kind of think about, because you don't want anyone making decisions based off of what they think the leader thinks is right.
Mm-hmm. All right, Haven?
Kind of bouncing off what your all's answers were for the first question. They talked a lot about how if teams don't stay organized, you'll have a lot of pointless meetings, waste of time, counterintuitive, so to speak. So I just want to keep everything as organized as we can, especially with all the assignments and meetings we have to do, and just stay on topic so that way we're all not stuck here for 4 hours.
All right. Joey. Okay. That was Joey. All right. On the George Washington University website, in the section on the jump starting teams, there will be some recommendations for how to develop a team that will be temporary, as this one will be. What suggestions did you find most useful? Let's start with Daniela.
So I just wrote the suggestion of always speaking up if you're that person, or getting clarification if you need it. Clear communication is how you're going to build trust. And since you have very limited time to build trust, since it's not a long-term team, I guess that's the section I was reading, but using communication as the form of building trust, instead of relying on what people's skills are and things like that, just having that clear communication.
Sure. Haven?
We can barely hear you.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to hear you.
Really?
Your laptop. I think your mic's in the laptop somewhere.
I know. Honestly, I don't know where it is.
Oh, that sounds better.
Better?
You gotta get closer to the computer. Yeah.
Okay.
It's better.
So bouncing off of Daniela, it was kind of the same. It was really interesting. One, I really liked the readings we had, at least for this section. I'm really excited for it. But it did stress that in virtual teams or short-term teams, everyone being involved, pulling their own weight, really good communication, staying on top of scheduling. Apparently, that's kind of the most important things, especially in a short-term team. I guess, to build trust, as Daniela said, but just overall, I guess, for everyone to get done what needs to be done. That's kind of what they stressed in the article a little bit.
Yeah, my answer came from the Harvard Business Review article. They had some really good things that I liked. One was emphasizing purpose. They wrote that it's important to galvanize the group behind a single common goal. And I also liked embracing failure and focusing on the information gained from the mistakes. I mean, failure is inevitable, so you might as well learn from it. So those were the points that I related to. All right, the 3 pillars of a teaming culture. What was important about this article? I'll start with this one. This article spoke about the importance of leading, of a leader helping their teams become curious, passionate, empathetic. The leader is supposed to model these behaviors and actively try and to shift the culture. I really think those 3 pillars are incredibly important, and especially the curious one. I related to the curious one too. I think that's how you find solutions to problems. So, Haven.
I really, the being empathetic to your people working alongside you, that really kind of hit home, just because I've experienced, not me personally, but I've witnessed it, and it can definitely cause turmoil. So that one kind of stuck out to me as being like really, really important.
Mm-hmm. Danielle?
So I just wrote one of the keys is being learning everyone's skills and traits as soon as possible so that everyone is able to work together and complete the task. So just making sure you know where your strengths are so that you can throw that in to quickly be able to complete a task.
Great. All right. Jumps. Oh, I don't think that was on the agenda. That's interesting. I don't know why not. George Washington University website, Jumpstarting Teams. There were some recommendations for how to develop a team that will be temporary. And this will be one. What suggestions did you find most useful? Which number was that?
I think it's C on number 9.
Yeah, and in the notes though. Which answer?
That's a good question because I don't see that unless I'm looking past it.
Oh, we went through that one already. That was I had the Harvard Business Review article. The 2 sections on trust and fostering communication. What was your biggest takeaway from those readings? That's next. Okay. I thought she was going to go through all the notes, but she skipped around a little bit. Trust and fostering communication. Haven, you find that?
Yes, I think. I think for this one, is it just asking the biggest takeaway?
From those, yeah.
Okay. There was this quote from the article. It just said, "Trust is a vital component of a team which fosters innovation, sharing, collaboration, and productivity." The article explained everything a little bit more, but I just kind of liked how it summed up everything in basic layman's terms.
Mm-hmm. Daniela?
My biggest takeaway was having trust in your team allows you to focus on the task instead of watching your own back or watching each other.
Great. The 2 takeaways I related to were follow through on your commitments and share what you know and what you don't know. I said these 2 items go beyond saying you are honest and trustworthy and instead rely on your actions to show your worth. So I thought that was important. All right, I think we hit everything on the agenda. I mean, there were more notes, but I guess she just wanted those covered. Number 10, other thoughts, comments, and discussion points. Haven?
No, just before the meeting ends, I want to make sure I know what I need to have done for the next one, but I think this one went really well.
Yeah. Danielle, James, anything else?
No, I think just to be helpful, I'm going to try to send reminders on assignments because that way we can get clarification with each other and stuff too.
Yeah, I think we can
for due
all,
date.
all get on the same page about what we're doing when.
Yeah, I want to apologize. I'll be more informed for next meeting and look ahead, way ahead, and I'll try to confirm everything with you guys rather than trusting a schedule that's set in place that's actively changing.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna ask her for permission to turn in my notes and redo this one, or I guess watch the movie and watch the video and redo it.
Okay. And that brings us to 11 for questions for Dr. Chanley. I was going to ask her if she can send out a new, because I printed out the schedule, and then today she updated all of the dates. So I'm fairly certain all of these due dates are irrelevant or outdated. I guess it's tough because there's 12 teams, 10 teams, or whatever it is, and everybody has different due dates.
Yeah.
So I would think that the due date should be the same for each team. So I'm gonna reach out to her about that.
It'd be nice if it said like, this is due 2 days before the meeting. This is due
Yeah.
after the meeting.
This is due before the meeting.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah.
A schedule like
It's just, I mean, she says everything. It's just there's a lot of content, so you have to, kind of stay on top of it. How did this meeting go? Rely on the materials from the George Washington University website for questions to assess how the meeting went. I think it's going fine.
Yeah.
I thought my joke was really well. It played off really well. So
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Anybody else? Daniela?
I was just gonna say, if she's wanting us to refer back to the website, I remember reading something about collaborative versus competitive. So I feel like if we're not competitive or collaborative, we'll be able to make all of this more successful for all of us. So I'm happy.
Great. James?
I think we could make like a Google Doc with dates, and we can like go through and personally kind of each one of us go through with like our roles for like the next 3 meetings or something, and then when things are due, and get confirmations from the teacher, and then like we can sort of verify it each
Sure.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Haven, this goes into number 13, any changes needed for the next meeting. Anything else you want to add to that?
Besides just kind of doing that Google Doc, I think that'll help us overall, because I think that's the main thing we've had an issue with, is just kind of second guessing that we have everything ready for the meeting and things like that. But other than that, I think it's going fine. It's a lot to kind of deal with at once, especially juggling other things. So
yeah. Okay. Just be specific. Let's see if there's anything else I'm missing resulting in not finishing readings. I mean, it's almost like she's anticipating that there's going to be confusion, because she's talking about how people are going to miss readings and, have to change the setup based on that. So let's go to 14. Review the instructions for the next meeting and set up roles and date time. What roles are needed? What roles are needed will depend on the type of discussion the next meeting is. What are the assigned readings? Review the instructions, paying particular attention to any activities that need to be completed in advance. All right, so I'm going to pull up, close this down. I'm going to pull up the thing here. All right, so I'm going to modules, and we are in module 2. Module 2 team content discussion is happening right now. So at the end of this meeting, James, you're going to the link. You're going to stop recording. It will convert to a MP4. Oh, and I got to get you that information. I created a YouTube page. And I created an email address like ogl343team4@gmail, and the email password is Chanley with a capital C. But I'll take a picture of that and send that out on the WhatsApp so that everybody has that when they're supposed to upload the video. So James, you'll have that for right after this. It probably takes about 15 minutes to convert. Okay, so then Module 2 Learning Materials, Part 2 for Team Assignment Discussion Meeting. Does everybody see that page? Yes?
Yeah.
I'm not looking at you. Sorry, I'm looking at the page. Collaborative writing requirement for team charter. So we're doing the charter the next meeting
Yes.
On Friday, right?
on
Yes.
Friday.
Okay.
You'll be using collaborative writing process for drafting a charter your team will use. Ideally, the collective work on the team charter should be synchronous and highly interdependent using a reciprocal interdependent method of working on tasks. Read the following article on the collaborative writing process. Read the sections of the George Washington University thing here. Content meeting. So we don't have to do any notes for the next meeting, it looks like. Is that correct?
I thought we did.
Looks like it's just in Google Docs, but
Yeah.
there's no agenda.
Well, the next page is Module 2, Team Content Discussion Meeting, Assignment 2.1, and that has agenda for Module 2, Content Discussion Meeting. Or is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah. That's
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where he'll submit the link.
But
Right.
then we have the notes on learning materials part 2.
Learning Materials Part 2, Team Assignment Meeting Discussion. It's so confusing. I'm backwards now.
Notes
Team
on-
content.
So the 2.5 assignment
Those are notes, right?
is
Oh yeah, it's a 2.5 template.
Okay. Notes on Learning Materials Part 2, Assignment 2.5. Here's the
Which-
template,
yeah.
article, video, website, just those 3 things.
That's due before Friday.
That's due before the meeting on Friday, correct?
Okay.
So is that the only thing we need to do to prepare for Friday, and then the Google Doc that gets submitted after the meeting will be what we work on during the meeting on Friday?
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Right?
And we have an agenda to follow on Friday, right? Because this charter thing's kind of blowing my mind a little bit.
Let's see. You should, if you go to Team Charter Discussion Meeting, Assignment 2.2, agenda for Assignment 2.2
Oh, okay.
Team Charter Meeting. That's what that is.
Okay.
Preparations for Team Charter Assignment Discussion. The team submitter should set this blank form up in Google Docs and send the link to each of the team members. Read the assigned materials. That's on Module 2 Learning Materials. Bring the team charter template with you to the meeting. All right. There are 2 parts to the team charter assignment. The first is the team discussion recording of the meeting, and the second is the actual written document that your team develops during the meeting.
So that'll
During the-
probably be a longer meeting.
Right. I mean, this is actually a pretty quick meeting considering. All right. Man, she makes makes it confusing.
So as long as we read the Module 2 learning materials prior to Friday,
Right. Those
that's
3
what
things.
we'll do. We'll do the charter on that and then submit it, and we should be okay. And then 2.5 is due before Friday.
2.5 is due before the meeting. You can submit it
Yeah.
on Friday. I mean, I submitted my notes
well, yeah.
like 2 hours ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but prior to the meeting. Okay, cool.
Right. And we should write this up in the chat so that Joey is aware of everything that we need to do here.
So
Right.
5 notes, and then the charter is the separate assignment we work on together. And then
During the meeting, yeah.
do we work on?
What's that?
Is there another charter that we bring, a charter note that we bring to the meeting?
No, we have to assign some roles here, and then the submitter needs to create to upload the team charter template to a Google Doc and then share it with everyone.
Oh, I basically,
Okay.
You did that already?
yeah.
Okay, so maybe let me grab a pen for let's maybe they'll make you the submitter. We'll make you the submitter. Hold on.
You guys know about that, right? I know Haven got it.
Yes, I think I got it because you resent it to my email, so I have it now.
Good thing I was on top of 1.4. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else?
What are the other roles going to be?
Yeah, let's set up the other roles here.
I can be the jokester.
Well, I was thinking we should let Joey be the jokester just in case he doesn't have internet and we don't have to worry about.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
Danielle, as the challenger, is there anything you wanted to challenge from tonight's meeting?
I don't think so. But
No.
can I be the host?
You want to be the host next time?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Okay. Danielle is the host. James, you're going to be the submitter.
Oh, but you guys have both been facilitators already. So I
Yeah.
can do that. Yeah, I'll just do it.
Okay, so you're gonna be the facilitator.
Yeah.
Okay. Haven, you want to be the host?
Sure. Do I just have to create an account and then it gives me a link to send to you all? Is that all?
Yeah, if you go to the modules, if you go to team instructions, there's a Zoom overview.
Oh, okay.
And there's the link to how to create an account and
Okay, cool.
send out a. Okay, so that's going to be Haven, and then I will be the challenger.
All right. Can I confirm a couple things? So first thing, I want to set up a Google Doc for the like sort of calendar dates and that sort of thing as they change and roles, and so we can prepare. And maybe we can prepare like a couple meetings ahead, so we can just set it up like almost like how the schedule is, and just put like module assignment module. I don't know. I need to have it like orderly. At least I'll create one for myself, and then if you guys want to like add stuff, and then we could plan ahead meetings. So
yeah, I think we should do it. We shouldn't get too far ahead. I think we should, at the assignment meeting, we should do the next content and assignment meeting, like what we need for the next meeting and the following meeting for both of those meetings. That way we're 2 ahead. Does that make sense?
And then before I submit this thing, I just stop recording, and then it should pop up with a save feature.
Yeah, it's going to pop up with a like a box that's going to shows you the progress of converting a file, and you just click OK, and it will put it on your desktop. And I will send a picture of the credentials. If you need any help, you can text me or call me. I'll help you.
Sweet.
All right, and then host number 15 ends meeting and waits for recording to be converted and saved to computer, then uploads it to YouTube and posts the URL to the team assignment. So you know where that is? That's module 2, team content discussion, assignment 2.1.
Yep.
And we should all get that link, and then Joey and you can watch it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody feel okay? All this.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Chanley and see what she thinks.
All right. All right, so we will see each other on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Cool beans.
All right, guys.
All right. Hasta luego.
Bye.
Bye.